Now that Thanksgiving track is over, we are now going to be moving into our Christmas track. So, Christmas is going to be particularly all about not just giving thanks to Jesus, but Jesus' birth. Now, there's a margin line between Christmas and between December and January the 6th, starting next week. We want to focus on Jesus prior to Jesus' birth, the life of Jesus before the wise men came to give him his gifts. Now, how many of you know that when the wise men came to give him his gifts, that it was not at the manger as portrayed in many acting scenes, but it was at a house? I am going to show you the Bible verse of this. Giving Jesus. It's easier if I just use a paper Bible. Then they go and to go typing in the verse. Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot easier. So yeah. So I stepped up from behind the podium so you can see that I'm obviously not typing. Try Matthew chapter 2. I remember that's when I last saw it. Matthew, first book of the four Gospels. Matthew chapter 2. Now, after Jesus, Matthew chapter 2, verse 11. There it is. Now, when they had come into the house, they saw the young child with Mary, his mother, and fell down and worshipped him. And when they had opened their treasures and presented to him gold, frankincense, and myrrh. So I want you to see this for yourself. I don't know if the Bible will show clearly. My finger is supposed to. And can you see it? And you see right there, notice it says house. So therefore, and yes, I am putting the Bible to the camera because I want to prove to you that it was at his house and not at the manger. And in addition, it wasn't the next day, but here is the thing. It was at his home about a few years later. It must be 2 years later. You know why? Because it says young child. Notice that key vocabulary term. Young child. So we have to focus on this. Young child. If he hadn't even reached 1 yet, or even if he was 1, the Bible would have said infant. And then the Bible would have said at the manger. The wise men came to the manger and give the gifts to infant Jesus or something else. But it's not going to say young child or baby Jesus. And notice that he probably was, go back. Let's go back. Because at one point he was referred to well, it wasn't in this verse chapter, but he was referred to as baby Jesus. So therefore, the whole ideology of this is that the wise men came to the house to give Jesus gifts when he was older. Now, this is not a full lesson. I'm just teaching because, I'm just teaching. So therefore, we got to get it out of our heads that all this wise men stuff going on. The major. Jesus received his gifts as a baby. Got to get that out of our heads. We've got to get it out of our heads. It's ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense. It's just rubbish. So now we are going to look up where we're definitely going to look up it's the birth of Jesus. Here it is. So he was referred to as a baby. And I want you to see, I just saw it. All right, no, so this is why I like the hardback Bible. I don't know what people get out of these electronic Bibles. They're so easy to find. You just type the keywords and they just give you what you want. So now, look at Luke chapter 2, verse 6. While they were there, the time will come for the baby to be born. Baby. And then an angel of the Lord, look, skip down the line, an angel of the Lord appeared to them, and the glory of the Lord shone around them. They were afraid, but the angel said to them, do not be afraid. I bring you good news that will cause great joy for people. And we'll go over the good news later. So, this was them telling the wise, the angel was telling the wise men that there was, come on, you know it, a baby, a holy baby, specifically baby Jesus, that had been born. There was a star up in the sky to lead the wise men to them. Now, we all think that this happened in one day because we have such a finite mindset. I'm not going to spend too long on this, but we need to have an infinite mindset, so that people would see that, well, maybe really is serious about the Bible. Because when I first heard about the manger, and then when I hear about the angels, I said, well, the wise men must have been right there. Because look at all the seeds I've seen it all. Now these are popular cartoons over here. I don't know any other cartoons. American Dad, Family Guy, and all sorts. I used to watch these when I was little. Every cartoon I used to watch that show these things at the end of the year when it's Christmas time and Christmas plays in every church I would go into, they would show this. And you know what? I exposed a few churches. Not exposed, but I went in there and I told the pastor this Bible verse. Because I even hear one of the pastors preaching about it. I went in there and I told him, no, this is so. One of them already knew. He's the one that caused me to investigate it when I was just an intern. I investigated it and I found it. So I took it and I just read with it. You know why? Because other people need to hear the truth. That is the truth. And now the whole world got it. So I'm keeping this part short so that when I decide to post it separate, it'll be short. So let's cut it off here for this. We're going to go back and have another open office. I think whoever else is in the classroom was just there to keep me company. So thank you so much for that. I will see you later on today in the pre-youth, in the pre-youth video. Today feels like a Monday, doesn't it? Probably because we got a huge break yesterday and worked so hard Wednesday. Have a good day. May God bless you.